Hey brothers and sisters, Meth Hatton here. So Atlantis is coming out tomorrow. So we're doing things a little bit differently this time. I'm actually breaking the video up into two parts. I'm getting this video out so that you can see what the event is going to bring and kind of prepare for it. Not only for this event, but for future Atlantis events in the months to come. And then the second video will do a couple things that rely on the event actually to be live or launched before we can start that. So let's jump into Atlantis. But before we do that, if you are looking for an alliance, I've had a question pop up a few times now of people saying, you know, where do I look for an alliance, or do you know any alliances you can join? I do have a couple recommendations. I'm currently fighting in the Peanut Gallery. It's a mid-tier alliance where we're fighting 8 to 9 star Titans. It's a 1400 trophy requirement, and it's invite only, but if you have the trophies, you know, feel free to send an invite request and come fight alongside of us on the Titans and Wars. We have a peanut farm that we set up. It is for our lower tier members or our new members, help them get started, allow them to have a lot of fun fighting, you know, maybe 3, 4, or 5 star Titans, and go into wars where they're fighting teams that are actually more at their level, so they can have more fun with that. There's 0 trophy requirement, and it's currently open. There's 20 slots on that. It's brand new. So if you need a new alliance to get started in, check out the Peanut Farm. And then another great alliance I've spent a lot of time in is called Band of Brothers and Sisters. They're another mid-tier alliance fighting 8, 9, or sometimes 10 star Titans. They have a 1200 trophy requirement, and it's invite only, so send an invite request if you're interested in their alliance. They currently have 6 spots open as of right now. And then they have set up a feeder alliance as well called 1 Peter 37. Another great alliance for new or beginner players. There's a 400 trophy requirement, but it's open. So if you're interested in that alliance, as far as a place to start or have some fun, you can check out 1 Peter 37. All these alliances have great guys and girls in them, very great leadership, very positive environment. So if you are unhappy with your current alliance, or you're looking for maybe a new alliance to get started in the game, or to experience a lot of the mid-level stuff with some really cool people to play alongside with, check out any of these alliances, and we would love to have you in any of these. So with Atlantis Rises, it's starting again tomorrow, which is November 5th. It's going to run through November 7th. There's a reduced world energy cost and increased loot chances in Season 2 provinces, which is great. So this is now the time to use all your world flasks or your world flags that you've been saving and your loot tickets. You can really take full advantage of the XP and the farming benefits in Season 2 provinces and stages. So I've had this question before: how do I unlock the Atlantis Season 2 map? It's really easy. On Season 1, you're going to see Province 15, which is called the Forgotten Sands. If you can progress to Forgotten Sands, as soon as you get to Province 15, it's going to unlock Season 2 automatically. So you'll be able to take full advantage of the Atlantis events and all the benefits that it brings. So I did a side-by-side analysis on a Season 1 map versus a Atlantis map during the Atlantis event. For Province 9, Stage 1 in Season 1, that's your last of your stages that cost you world flags before it increases to 4 world flags. It's 3. And then for Season 2, Province 9, Stage 10, normally it would cost you 6 world flags, but this is the last of the Season 2 maps or stages during the Atlantis event that cost you 3 world flags. So as far as a world flag usage, they're on par with each other. So side by side, the main benefits from the Atlantis map is you're getting 124% XP over the Season 1 3 flag usage. You're getting plus 99% food, plus 93% iron, and plus 67% recruits. So this is a significant bonus that Atlantis brings. So you can see right away why people get excited about this event. One of the big items that you can farm during Atlantis Rises is Adventurers Kits or backpacks. You can get these in high quantity anywhere in Season 2 Province 1, but the specific stage that comes up the best as far as all the big data that the community has crunched over the last year or two is Province 1 Stage 2. So that's kind of your best bang for your buck if you want to pick one province or stage to farm over and over again. And then the backpacks, again, are going to be, those are big in your training camp usage. So you can use those in training camp 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. But the big usage is really training camp 2. So it's going to come into play as far as trying to fill up and stack up some of these other items that we're talking about. So the next item is rugged clothes. You can find these in Season 2 Province 4 in high quantity. The best single stage to farm is Season 2 Province 4 Stage 9. And the rugged clothes come into play. You're going to use those in Training Camp 10, 12, or 19. The big usage that I use these for is Training Camp 12. So you can check out the base building guide where I talk about the training camps and kind of see why I really like to put these in Training Camp 12. And then for the recruits, you're going to get these recruits anywhere that you're farming during Atlantis Rises. The recruits are obviously big for anything you're doing as far as trying to build new heroes or trying to create feeders for your heroes. So the big thing to keep in mind on the recruits is they are going to stack up very quickly during Atlantis Rises. So you're going to want to basically dump these into Training Camp 2 if you have that unlocked, to store those recruits for not only during Atlantis Rises, but for after the event ends, because your houses are going to top off very quickly. So Training Camp 2 is a very cheap and good way to not only store a lot of the extra food that you're going to get, but to really stockpile those recruits for later. I also did a side-by-side analysis between normal and hard because I was curious, is normal or is it better to run normal or is it better to run hard for maybe some of the benefits you get from hard? So we took a look at Season 2, Province 1, Stage 1. Normally these would be 6 and 10 flags respectively for normal and hard, but during the Atlantis Rises event, it's 3 flags for the normal and 5 flags for the hard. So when I was looking at running these two events, or it's the same stage, but running it on normal versus hard, what I found was there's a couple reasons to run hard, but then there's a couple really good reasons not to run hard. So the top 3 reasons I found for hard mode would be to get the 5 Atlantis coins per each first stage clear. So the Atlantis coins are great during this event because you're getting 3 from any normal stage you clear for the first time, and then 5 for any hard mode stage you clear for the first time. Once you get up to 100 of these coins, you can do a summon from the Atlantis portal, which is nice. So the Atlantis coins are definitely valuable. You're also getting a plus 5% experience increase on hard mode over normal on average per flag. And then you're getting 33% additional materials per flag on hard mode versus normal. But there are 3 very strong reasons why you should not run hard mode. The first is you're getting 7% less food per flag on average. You're getting between 4.5 and 5% less iron per flag on average. But the main kicker here for me is that the hard mode enemies are very bullet spongy and very tedious to kill, which means that a lot of times when we're running these hard mode stages, they take a lot longer time-wise than a normal stage would. So keep in mind during Atlantis Rises, it is a limited time event. So the faster that you can clear these stages and the faster, if you don't have loot tickets, if you're actually having to battle it out here, you want to spend as little time as possible so that you can get as many of these stages cleared and really stack up on all the XP and all the loot and stuff. So in my opinion, the benefits of the hard mode are not worth it because of the time crunch that you're going to be under during Atlantis Rises. So if you agree with that, that's great. You know, if you have a differing opinion on what a benefit that I missed on hard mode, share it in the comments. We'd love to see it, obviously. With the Atlantis Rises of Portal event, it's bringing 4 featured heroes, 2 Atlantis-specific heroes, and then 2 non-Atlantis heroes. So let's go through those and see what the Portal has to offer. The first non-Atlantis featured hero is Evelyn. She is a nature ranger. Her stats when fully ascended are going to be 727 attack, 712 defense, and 1355 health. Her special is called Shattering Warcry, and it's running at fast mana speed. She's dealing 210% damage to the target and nearby enemies, which I love because it's not that splash damage, it's just full damage on 3 targets. The target and nearby enemies are getting minus 54% defense against nature for 4 turns, which is really great because this makes Evelyn a great hero to run with a 3-2 team or maybe a full 5 mono team for nature heroes, and it really adds a lot of benefit to her, bringing her in against a Titan because of that defense down. So really like that part of her special. She's also dispelling buffs from the target nearby enemies, which is always great. And then her element link recovers 4% health for all nature allies for 6 turns, and this effect can't be dispelled. So Evelyn is definitely an A-rated hero. I would love to get lucky and get my hands on her for my hero teams. Grimble is the next non-Atlantis featured hero. He's a dark cleric. His stats when fully ascended are going to be 615 attack, 824 defense, and 1425 health. His special is called Gnomish Carnage and is running at average mana speed. He's destroying all minions from all enemies. He's dealing 235% damage to all enemies. All allies are getting a small amount of mana for each destroyed minion, and then Element Link is giving all dark allies plus 10% critical chance for 6 turns, and this effect can't be dispelled. So Grimble's value has increased recently because of the new feature in the war mode called Undead Horde, where a lot of heroes that weren't previously getting minions are now getting minions. So in my opinion, this really increases the value of Grimble and his value specifically for wars. So he's a B or a B plus rated hero depending on who you get that rating from. But I would say in the war mode, Grimble is really in the A category just because of this. His specials really align well against this Undead Horde feature. So I would really be excited to get Grimble, especially at this time during Empires and Puzzles. Misandra is an ice fighter. Her stats, she's the featured Atlantis hero, one of them. Her stats when fully ascended are going to be 723 attack, 751 defense, and 1330 health. Her special is called Chain Strike, and it's running at fast mana speed. She's dealing 310% damage to a target. She's has a 42% chance for additional hits on random enemies up to 3 times, and additional hits deal minor damage, and then all allies gain a small amount of mana for each hit. So Misandra is doing some pretty good damage, and I love the fact that she's adding mana to the rest of your team. So she's an A-rated hero, and I love the fact that she's a nice fighter. Definitely would be excited to get Misandra as well. And then Poseidon is our last of the featured Atlantis heroes in the portal. He's a holy fighter. His stats when fully ascended are going to be 745 attack, 718 defense, and 1349 health. His special is called Ruler of Seas, and it's running at fast mana speed. He's dealing 450% damage to a single target, which is very significant. All allies are resisting new negative mana effects for 3 turns, which is great. And then all allies are resisting new effects that block usage of special skills for 3 turns, which is great. There's nothing more frustrating when you have specials ready to go off on your team, and then the enemy team shuts those down or shuts them down for a certain period of time, and then you can't use them. I've lost many raids because of that. So I would be very excited to get Poseidon to join my holy team. He's an A-rated hero, and with him being a fighter, that's even better. So Poseidon, another great hero. I'm very excited about what the portal in Atlantis has to offer. So are we going to do portal pulls? Yes, we are, but the event is not live yet. So tomorrow, or realistically, very, very late tonight, the event will open up. So I'm going to do some pulls, and then there might be some additional content that I cover, but that's got to wait until the event goes live. I just wanted to get this first part out. So the second part of the video should be coming out just after the event goes live. So if you're subscribed, you'll see that video pop up when it's available. And then the one last thing that I wanted to touch on is there's some spicy drama or scandal that's going on in Empires and Puzzles right now. I'm going to touch on it briefly because Mr. Spock put out a very thorough video on this topic. It's essentially what happened was there was a way to exploit the system and get many royal tabards and many emblems by running the Morlovia event on the last stage and just repeating it. So anything that I would have had to say on this scandal, if you will, Mr. Spock said everything that I would have said, and he probably said it better. He's a very experienced player that's been around in this community for a while. So I would say check out his video. He makes some great content, and if you really kind of want to understand what happened here, he goes into a lot of great detail on it. The one thing that also kind of caught my attention about this scandal is that it's not just specific to this recent Morlovia event. It was actually an exploit that was attached to seasonal events, so this could have been going on for upwards of a year, or maybe slightly longer in the community. So Small Giant is addressing it. Mr. Spock kind of covers that a little bit too, but we'll leave it at that. Check out that video, and we will hopefully see you soon in the next part of this video in, well, probably 12 hours or so. So have fun in the event. We'll see you in the second video, and take care, everybody.